So, hi, my name is Greg Fimmano. I am currently an adjunct at Naugatuck Valley Community College in Waterbury, Connecticut. As you could see, I work from home. So, this actually works out really well for me that I can be here and, conduct the classes from my house. So as far as uCertify is concerned, I have been using uCertify now probably, I would say I've been at Naugatuck, I think going on 10 years. 9 of those years, depending on the classes, which have been anywhere from a security to a network, operating systems. Currently, I'm teaching a computer hardware class, which I'm using the uCertify A Plus section for. I have been using this application and this platform for, pretty much 75% of the classes that I have been giving. Part of what I have done at the college is also work at a high school, I think for about the first 6 years. And that's when I actually started using uCertify. It was a great platform to bring into the high school to teach, they were 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. So I was able to introduce them to a, different learning management system that they could be comfortable with, that could help them through the process. And I have to say that in the whole time that I have been teaching at the community college, the uCertify platform or application is pretty much my go-to. Let's see, what else can I tell you about me? I never dreamed I would be doing this. It's kind of a blessing. This came out of nowhere. I'm grateful for the help that I get on the uCertify side. I do love the platform. And I have encouraged other people at the community college to also use it. I think I have 1 or 2 that are doing it right now. It's a big thumbs up from me. Is that good? Well, I mean, my experience using it has been in the very beginning. We're going back a few years. It was. I wouldn't say I had any issues with it. I think the problem was not the problem. I think the concern was trying to get a bunch of high school individuals understand the platform and understand what I was basically trying to get them to work themselves through. So I've worked myself through all of the issues. I would tend to think that I know the platform pretty well. I think it has gone through a couple of different iterations, which has been good. I haven't seen any of those iterations that have really gotten in my way, but all in all, I like the idea that I can manage everything in one location, have it integrated into my Blackboard. Okay. And that kind of takes a lot of extra work that I had to do at the high school because they didn't use Blackboard. They used something else and there was no integration. So yeah, I mean, my experience has been good. Well, this goes back to the issue with the integration. So I think Deepak helped with a few people at the school, not last semester, but the semester before, get that up and running. Prior to that, we didn't have that integration. So that process helps that not only can I set up the class, but I can link from Blackboard to the components of uCertify that I want. And then once the students have, done the assignments, done the quizzes, the grades then get transferred over to Blackboard. That process has helped tremendously because before I would have to go into uCertify. I would have to take the grades from uCertify and then manually transfer them into Blackboard. And I'd be real honest, I was getting a little uneasy about that because when you have 25 students and you have a whole ton of scores, you want to make sure that everybody gets what they need. So to make the process so simplified that that it's taken the human error component out of it for me, that's an easy transition. That makes the class so much more manageable, just that one little piece.
How they have been useful?
Well, not only do I think I have the best account manager anybody can ask for in Deepak, I have also found some online videos that have helped me. I've also reached out to some of the technical support. I believe actually you've helped me a couple of times too. So what I'd like to really say as a kudos to uCertify is that any question that I have had asked, or any situation that I have been involved in that I needed an answer for quickly, whether it be a code for a book or something of that nature, I have gotten a response back ASAP, which is really good. So I never question the level of resources that I have. I think they are A plus, and I really appreciate that, because when you can't talk to someone like this all the time, okay, and you rely on email, that response, sometimes some people don't respond as quickly as others, but the resources, technical support, which I use, and I send my students to all the time in case they have issues. I actually have one right now that's having an issue, which I have to figure out. But rounding it up in a nutshell, the resources, videos, account manager, technical support have been the best tools I could ever have to help myself through this course. Well, we go back to the integration and the grade book. I like that. That's been a plus. I also appreciate that a student can go in and do the work. They can get immediate results from the work. They can get an immediate score from the work. Okay. And they can also go back and use what they've encountered to go back and try to go over, some of the stuff that they missed. So, for instance, the labs, okay, the labs are very specific. They are the steps that they take each and every student through. Are pretty practical, and what I found in this field, I mean, I worked in this field for a pretty long time. That it's all about the steps you take. You have a problem. There's a bunch of steps to get to a resolution, and each one of those labs takes a student through those steps. That's a great thing. That's probably the best thing a student can have, instead of looking at issues and going like, okay, well, how do I deal with this, and understand that this is just a process that you need to go through in order to get a resolution to a problem that you're having. So the labs are great. The integration with the grades is great from an instructor's perspective. So on those two ends, I mean, I can't find anything that would not be helpful to any instructor that uses this platform. Yes, I have. I do. I believe there's one or two. I noticed two that one is not using it now because he's not doing these types of classes anymore. But at one point he was doing it, and then there was another person that came on board last semester that is doing the operating systems class, and she is now using uCertify also. So I believe there's other people at, I don't know specifically, but I believe there are other people at the college that do use the platform, because I have students who already have accounts with uCertify, which makes the registration so much easier for them because they already have the account. All I got to give them is the section key. They log in and they're there. Now, the integration, to me from an instructor's perspective, that really is the game changer. That I don't have to spend a whole lot of time um, downloading Excel spreadsheets, making sure that those grades tie into Blackboard correctly. Everything is seamless. It moves back and forth. Um, and from that perspective, like you as an instructor, you know, that to me takes 75% of the weight off of me that I can now concentrate on other things. I've put discussion boards in that the students can respond to based on the topics that we're talking about, so I could spend some time in there. If students have questions or they need help with a lab or something, I could spend time there. So that integration um, is a big game changer.